Presidency. God himself will not forgive us if Atiku wins. Ah, so presidency is saying that God himself will not forgive the Buhari's led government and the APC led government if Atiku wins the election. Atiku right now is in PDP opposition party to APC. So on what basis is presidency saying this? That God will not forgive them if Atiku wins the election. Does it mean that if Atiku wins under a free and fair ground, are they going to deny him the presidency? They cannot. They cannot, right? And they shouldn't do anything stupid about rigging the election. It has to be free and fair. Let's see who Nigeria wants to be there. Whoever wins is probably the person Nigerians want to be there as president. But coming out here to say God himself will not forgive them if Atiku wins looks more like even if Atiku wins on a free and fair ground, they will not give it to him. And I just hope that it is not a plot to deny both Atiku and Peter Obi the access to presidency, even if they win. That's a serious statement coming for presidency there. Okay? And so let's see what they have to say more. In 2015, Atiku was so proud to tell Nigerians that it was the turn of the North. Atiku reportedly told Goodluck Jonathan to step aside, that it was the turn of the North. Yeah, so that is a very good one. So it means that presidency under APC is probably talking about that with respect to rotation of presidency between the North, the Middle Belt, and the South. Okay, so if Atiku in 2015 came out to tell everybody that it was the turn of the North because he thought he would win, and he was still under this PDP as well. Okay, and he told Jonathan to step down, that it was the turn of the North. Now that a Northerner has ruled, why is he, all right, as a Northerner wanting to succeed another Northerner? That's a big question. Right there in PDP as well, when the PDP had agreed that the presidency should be zoned to the south, why did he thwart that agreement? Even within the PDP, because he's desperate to be the president of Nigeria. He knows he's running out of time. He's getting old and may not contest again, even though he has come out to tell the whole world that as long as he's alive, he will continue to contest. It's not possible. It means that he probably wants God to take him away because he cannot say as long as he's alive, he'll continue to contest. Even when he's withered and shaking and out of age. No, now. Okay, so this is what Presidency is writing here about Atiku. Again, he said, after 8 years of the North, the same Atiku is asking us to still vote the North. It cannot work now. Okay, that's what Presidency is saying. It cannot work. So if he came out 2015 and said it was turn of the North, and then along the line, a Northerner won, that was the person of Buhari won it. He lost because he thought he was going to win. Now, after a Northerner has ruled for 8 years, why is he coming out now again to say it's turn of the North or that we should vote for him? The North has exhausted its 8 years turn, and it should be turn of the South at this time. That's how it should be, because Nigeria is not owned by one person, right? Nigeria is not owned by one person. So now that is why they're saying God will not forgive us if Atiku wins, all right? So somebody said, I thank God. I thank Professor A.B.C. Ngosu, who just resigned from PDP to protest the emergence of Atiku as the presidential candidate of the PDP. Yeah, Professor A.B.C. Ngosu was actually a member of the PDP, but since from that PDP primaries last year, I think that was around June, July, where Atiku emerged as the presidential flag bearer of the PDP, everybody got angry. And actually, that was the beginning of Wike's anger till today, that they have already agreed that the presidency should be zoned to the south, even within the PDP. Unfortunately, Atiku went and played in northern politics with Tambua, and then Wike was betrayed. That was how Wike lost the ticket. Okay, if not, Wike had already put everything together. It was northern agenda to still retain power in the north. That is the truth. And that is why Tambua, the governor, PDP governor of Sokoto State, had the gut to, or the courage to betray agreement with Wike and then stepped down for Atiku. That was how Atiku won to be the presidential flag bearer. But again, that again is taken as an injustice within the party. And then Wike started his rebellious behavior against Atiku and against Iyocha Ayu, the PDP national chairman. Okay, but up till now, that disagreement is yet to be resolved. So Professor Ibisi Ngosu in PDP then also resigned, or along the line resigned, because it was also an injustice that that ticket was supposed to come to the south. Okay, now wow, these guys don't have conscience at all. So I urge Dr. Obiora Okonkwo and all Southerners holding positions in the Atiku campaign organization to emulate Professor ABC Ngosu and resign. Okay, so the writer here is calling on another Dr. Obiora Okonkwo and everybody that is holding position in the Atiku campaign organization to step down and resign. The same way all the southern governors, all right, all the middle belt and southern governors saw COA's agreement with Atiku to be his vice president as a betrayal, because all the southern governors actually, I think under the leadership of the Ondo State Governor Akeredolu, all right, they met in Asaba and they met in other locations, and it was agreed that presidency should also come to the south. Okay, so when Okowa went and agreed with Atiku to become his running mate, it became a kind of betrayal to the southern governors, and that's exactly what the APC governors in the south are telling, and other people in the south are telling Okowa. Why did you agree with Atiku when you know that presidency is supposed to come to the south from any of the political parties this time around? Okay, again, it was selfish. Okowa's agreement was selfish because he felt it is his time to become the vice president. Okay, and probably from there it will be a door towards being a president. That is the thing. All the Nigerian politicians are selfish. And that is why even the APC presidential flag bearer, Tinubu, is saying a miloko because he's saying it's his turn. Atiku is betraying the agreement they have to zone the president to the south because he's feeling it's his turn as well. All right. And it probably is his turn to be president of Nigeria. So all of them are selfish. All of them are selfish. What is his name? Wike that is fighting is also selfish, because what he did to remove Secondus, the former PDP national chairman, from position, all right, he was plotting so that by the time he wins the PDP presidential flag bearer, it will not be injustice. It will be that the northerner will still be the party chairman, while the southerner himself, Wike, will be the presidential flag bearer. But that game now bounced back on him. That game did not go through, because even after removing Secondus, all right, Tambua and Atiku had to play northern politics against him, and then that plot or that plan that he calculated failed. So all of them are selfish. That is the truth. Now that is why people are seeing Peter Obi right now as somebody that is a bit fair to be voted. Okay. Somebody say Nigeria belongs to all of us, and Atiku must face humiliation at the polls on February 25. That means he must not be voted. That is what the writer is saying here. All right? That's what the writer is saying here. This was by Victor Ene. So Victor Ene wrote all of this piece and about the presidency. Okay. Professor ABC resigned, so that I also urged Professor Obiora Okonkwo to also resign, and all other people in the south as well. So that means we should also tell Okowa, the Delta State governor, to resign and step down as running mate of Atiku as well. Okay, So the plan is that Atiku must face humiliation. But the fact remains that if at the end of the day, Atiku wins election on a free and fair ground, he must not be denied. All right? Because that will also cause another uproar in the politics of Nigeria. All right? So it is what it is. We can't help it. Atiku has decided to do what he's doing in PDP, and the only way to send him home is for the electorate to vote wisely. So they should be able to know who to vote for, having heard all of these and having seen the direction Nigeria is going. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment as well about the presidency saying that even God will not forgive them if Atiku wins the election.